We are Susie and Martin, longtime Seattle residents who normally travel out of state for the summer. But this summer, we're staying in the Pacific Northwest and spending every weekend exploring the great outdoors. For the last weekend of the summer, we're heading up to North Washington State near the Canadian border in search of fall color. In this episode, we do a stunning sunset hike at Mount Baker, explore the town of Lynden, aka the largest Dutch settlement in Washington, and go on a rather obscure hike in search of fossils.
Top of Gujarat.
We're back at Mount Baker at Artist Point, and as you can see behind us, it's a really popular area, but we're here it's currently about 5:15, but we're going to start our hike right now. This part of the Mount Baker area is best known for Artist Point, which you can see why it's called that. But we've hiked this area before, so this time we're heading out on the Chain Lakes Loop instead. It's a 7-mile round-trip trail, but you don't have to do the whole thing to get a taste of the stunning views of Mounts Baker and Shuksan, plus the North Cascades.
We're about a mile in and we're steering right at Mount Baker. Right there is Mount Baker. From here you can take the trail to Mount Baker, but it's very long. You can also take a trail that way, I believe, and go on this ridge. And there's another lake which we'll take that way in the back, which leads to lakes. Interesting factoid about Mount Baker is that it broke the record for snowfall in the world in 2006. So we're at one of the snowiest places in the world right now, steering right at it. We took our turn and now we're descending towards some lakes, and it's much more so emptied out and it's very peaceful and beautiful. No larches yet though. They're down south there, I know there are some, but up here, I was gonna show you.
Some kind of tree?
Yes.
Every time you say that, I keep thinking you're saying LARPing.
No.
Looking for LARPers out here.
No LARPers. Here's the descent. This is about the first elevation we're going through. Until here it was mostly flat. We got to a stretch with a lot of fall color.
It's so pretty. So combined with that golden hour lighting, everything just looks super golden and warm and inviting.
And we're up near Alpine Mountains, so it's extra cool. But yeah, this is beautiful with the sun breaking through. We wanted fall colors this weekend and we found them. Even though it's early, the trick is to come higher, because the fall color arrives higher when you're like 7, 6, 8,000. Around that height you can get fall color early in the season. We're about a mile and a half in and we already see the first lake and people camping right next to it, which is great because you don't have to kill yourself with a big bag and you still have water source quite close. And right over there is Mount Baker, a permanent glacier.
This might get a little chilly depending on the season, so definitely got to be a summer thing.
Which you can easily overcome with the right kind of gear, which we now have.
Like our tent.
Yeah, the tent is baller. Cat. A hiking cat, that may be a first. Right there is Mount Baker with all that snow melting, going down this way and filling up these alpine lakes. After the lakes fill up, they eventually overflow, and from then begin creeks, and they eventually consolidate into rivers, and then just head for the coast. Very nice view here of Susie coming down with her 4 recording devices. It might be a new record. I was giving a little geography lesson and you're doing a little camera review.
Well, I'm getting footage for my camera review, so Gemini Connect, if you don't already subscribe to that channel, that's where we talk about the myriad of cameras that we're always carrying with us.
And if you wonder what's the logic between having a camera channel and a lifestyle channel, well, cameras are a huge part of our lifestyle. We started the first channel as a lifestyle channel, but started also talking about the camera part of our lifestyle. and that ended up taking off way faster. And we ended up focusing that channel on cameras and making another channel for lifestyle. Speaking of experience, this is why it's great to have a camera in your hand in case you woke up on a chain of lakes in the Alpine. It is so pretty, pristine and pure, with full color. Oh yes, this is beautiful. We finished our hike. We're back at the parking lot next to our car in the dark.
That's right. So All Trail said that was about a 4.2-mile hike round trip, which is just right for us, considering we haven't hiked in a few weeks.
Yeah, and it started way late. It started like 5 something.
About 5:30, and it was about 7:45 when we finished, which wasn't too bad, really.
It was a great hike. Very beautiful, very recommended. Next time we're coming to sleep here with our gear.
But since we don't have our gear to sleep here, we have to drive about an hour and a half to our lodging for tonight.
That's right, because any lodging near here is completely booked right now, and there's not much close actually to here because it's wilderness. So tomorrow we're gonna wake up in the valley with the farm fields and head for the coast. Good morning, Sunday morning. We're out in Lynden, Washington. We woke up near the farm fields. Now I just need to return the keys and we're out of here. This is our motel here with a windmill, because this place has some Dutch heritage. I returned the keys. Time to hop in the Jeep and find some breakfast.
Today we're in the town of Lynden, Washington, which is just 5 miles away from the Canada-USA border. It's the second largest city in Whatcom County, and it's known for 2 things. The first thing is that it's known for being the largest Dutch-American settlement in Washington state. Lynden's Dutch heritage is reflected in the signs, art, architecture, and floral displays all around town.
What is interesting is that I went to the Netherlands recently and their flowers are on point there, and their little gardens, even though they have close to no space in Amsterdam, are great. And here you see also them doing flower towers in Washington state.
These are huge. You know how normally those little flower baskets are tiny, but look at how big this one is.
It's way bigger than you and me even.
I like the addition of the bicycles, which is a very Dutch thing. If you've ever been to Amsterdam or any towns in the Netherlands, they're all about their bicycles. And the second thing that Lynden is known for is its agriculture. In particular, its raspberry production.
Alright, so we just took a turn, you saw where, at downtown. And here we're already in the fields. Here is a beautiful farm, basically in downtown Lynden. Lynden is a well-preserved farming community, kind of like the old America used to be, almost entirely consisting of. It was mostly farmers that lived independently and just kind of went about their lives, and you can see that still remains here, and they have their Dutch farming heritage.
I was gonna say it's definitely Dutch influenced, so we're just walking around downtown taking pictures of the windmills and some of the Dutch influence that's still in this town.
In case you don't know, Washington state grows almost all of America's raspberries.
So it's about 74 million pounds of raspberries each year. Actually, no, that's a lot.
70% of the US production is right here. 96% of all the ones in Washington are from this county. So we're basically, yes, in the middle of the raspberry production of the USA.
This is a really cool town. There's a lot of character to it, and it's, for a small town, I mean, I would consider this a small town, maybe it's not, but it's among our nicer small towns in this state. Because a lot of our small towns are kind of run down, but this one definitely is not.
Part of the way we came to Lynden is I checked the data for the virus, and in the entire county, which has a bigger city called Bellingham, there's like 15 cases of COVID last day or something. But the chance they're actually in this town is very, very small. I couldn't find any evidence of that. So we came to this town instead. And so that, you know, we've been traveling a lot this year, but I always make sure that we go somewhere where there's almost no cases. Here's the biggest windmill in town. If you have been to the Netherlands, you know that it's very common to have restaurants and windmills over there, or altogether many windmills. If you're ever near the border of the USA and Canada, in Washington State in particular, come to Lynden.
Yeah, it's really nice. So yeah, if you're on your way, we're actually really close to Canada. It's a real shame we can't go to Canada right now because we're not allowed to. But if we were, we typically just blast through I-5, go straight up to Canada. But this is a nice little place to stop. We are searching for a trail. It's a little obscure and there aren't a lot of people on it normally, which is why I think it's kind of hard to find. It's an unmarked trail, but it's called the Slide Mountain Fossil Beds. And so we know that we're in the general area of where it is, but I'm having to read the comments to figure out exactly where the trailhead is because it's not very clear. It's bumpy, but it's nice.
We found our trail and it was fun looking for it actually. We found comments with directions and it was quite clear. Now we're on this trail where apparently there are many mountain lions, or often there is a mountain lion at least stalking people.
The other thing is a lot of people showed up like right after we parked, so I think that may help.
Yeah, we have some power in numbers because all we have is this multi-tool.
Oh no, I have.
Yeah, that doesn't help. So we have pathetic defenses. We didn't bring them, so maybe I'll try to find a pole. I will feel more comfortable with a stick at least in my hand with these mountain lions out here. So I've been looking for something fallen. There is one which is long. So
wow, it's really long.
Let's see if the power tool is really good for anything and it actually does what it says. This is a mini saw, right? It has nice grip of it.
This is what happens when you watch too much Alone. You get inspired to bushcraft.
There
you go.
Worked like a charm. So now we have something to prod it away at least. It's always good to have a big pole in the mountain. You don't know what you come against. This is a thick rainforest, so your eyes really only get you so far. You can't really watch out for yourself well here. This trail is not that hard overall, but these drops keep happening where the water has been running when it's rainy season, so it will be normal and all of a sudden it drops like this. And in reality it's a lot steeper than the camera makes it look. So having a stick or a pole of some sort really helps. It got very thick all of a sudden. We made it through a really dark part of the forest and we had read some reports that it gets really steep and there used to be ropes, but it looks like there no longer are ropes. Right here I think is what they're talking about. So it really gets very steep up there and slippery on top of that. We're not doing it and it's not a good idea for one of us to do it and the other one not, because there's been many cougar reports. So we're gonna turn back now. We came here looking for fossils, but apparently the majority of them is up where there used to be a rope, but we're trying to find some just in the lower bits. Let's see if we can. Someone stacked up some rocks over here. Let's see if they have fossils. Looks like little sticks into the rock. That's about it. Something. It looks like a stick to me. Stick is gonna save us.
We have sticks. I can look like a bigger creature this way.
That's right. Is that a fossil? It is the same type of stick thing. Oh, a leaf, yes. A leaf looks like. Leaf. We found a fossilized leaf.
Oh wow.
Not sure why the leaves are fossilizing. It's probably because there's too many of them.
There's just a lot of them.
Alright, it's daytime again. Even though it's overcast, it's so much brighter here. I was just scolding Susie for not covering her lenses, and it looks like her lens cover is here.
I told you. It fell off.
That's not a good excuse.
It did. Someone found it.
Hope you didn't scratch up in your backpack.
Got lucky. Thank you, whoever found it.
I'm gonna leave my finely crafted stick for the next guy here, so they can be safe from the cougars and hike better. Okay, that was really it. We have just a little bit of road and we're out of here. We did our nature walk and we were gonna go to the coast, but it got really gloomy and we were gonna enjoy scenic hikes with views, and we can't do that in this fog, so...
We could, but it wouldn't be worth the climb without being able to get the view, so we'll save that hike for another day.
That's right. So now we'll make our way through the scenic route and go back to Seattle, which is not really seeing the best of its days. It definitely has seen better days. So we're spending almost the entire year outside of the city.
I don't regret it one bit.
That's true. We have explored our state better than any other year. We have hiked more than any other year. We got a really nice car to do this kind of lifestyle. So things are improving for us regardless of the debacle we're all stuck in globally.